The scene is so vivid. Dinner preparations are underway, delicious smells waft into the air. It's Thanksgiving morning, and excitement is in the air. The family turns on the TV and gathers around for one of the great Thanksgiving Day traditions, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The parades of the 1970s were filled with great music, fun new floats, giant character balloons, and continued traditions. A fan favorite each year is the myriad of marching bands from across the country, mostly high school bands. It's impressive to see the caliber of these musicians and feel the excitement for them marching on such a big stage, the streets of New York City. The McDonald's All-American Marching Band performed every year during the 1970s in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The marching band consisted of two of the best high school musicians in each state, including Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. While each year and parade brought its own unique spin, here are a few of the highlights from the 1970s Macy's Thanksgiving Day parades. What better way to kick off a new decade than with the Skating Clowns? They made their first appearance in 1970 for the 44th Macy's Day Parade. Dressed in neon and sporting colorful, fluffy wigs, the group spread joy with their comedic antics. The Skating Clowns would be in over 35 parades in the years that followed. While there were no new balloons this year, there were a few new floats. Budweiser made its first parade debut this year, featuring a float called the Animal House. The circus-style funhouse sported animals popping out of windows on the float. Pulling the float, of course, were the famous Clydesdale horses. 1971 is known as the year the balloons died. Balloons are usually inflated the night before the parade, but on the eve of the parade, there were high winds. The folks from Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company tried to inflate 10 balloons in the blustery wind. Only 3 got inflated, and all were damaged. Poor Snoopy wrapped around the helium truck. Happy Dragon's head was severely damaged, and Smokey the Bear's hat required extensive repair. Parade officials and the Goodyear crew made the decision to remove the balloons from the parade. The 45th Macy's Day Parade went on as scheduled on Thanksgiving morning, without their beloved balloons, for the first time since 1927. Missing out on their first debut in the parade were Mickey Mouse and, ironically, Smile. It was a warm Thanksgiving morning in 1973 for the 47th parade. This year had quite a few firsts. Stunt performer and daredevil Evel Knievel made an appearance on his motorcycle. New floats included Humpty Dumpty, Alice in Wonderland, and a new version of Mother Goose. Most notably, however, was the introduction of Tom Turkey. He has become the most beloved and iconic float of the parade, serving as the unofficial mascot. Tom was constructed with papier-mâché and fiberglass, soaring 24 feet tall, with 26-foot-wide tail feathers in yellow, orange, brown, white, and blue. 3 people inside the float controlled a series of pulleys, levers, and cables that rolled Tom's eyes, flapped his wings, and bobbed his head. It was impressive and became an instant classic. This float led every parade until 1992, when he was retired for a newer, upgraded version. It was a very rainy Thanksgiving Day in 1975 for the 49th Macy's Parade. The saying, "Weebles wobble but they don't fall down," wasn't entirely true for the 40-foot-tall Weeble balloon, making his first appearance in the parade. The design feature was that of a boy Weeble with brown hair, blue pants, and a red and white sweater with a giant W across his chest. Unfortunately, Weeble's bottom half was torn open by a tree on 77th Street before the parade began, so Weeble was unable to wobble over the streets of New York that year. The 51st parade in 1977 brought a new parade executive in charge. Gene McFadden selected Kermit the Frog as the new balloon. At 63 feet high, Kermit was made from 72 pattern pieces and had 14 compartments. It was a crowd favorite that year. In 1978, for the 52nd parade, the village people sang the YMCA in the giant jukebox float. 1978 was also the first year for the new Santa's Sleigh float. Santa's Sleigh was one of the original floats designed in the first Macy's Day Parade, but the float changed every few years. This one, though, in 1978, had longevity and reappeared for the next 20 years. Each year of the decade also featured the classic showboat float, also known as the Broadway Belle Showboat or the Macy Queen Showboat. The showboat featured stars and Broadway performers. The Broadway cast of Ain't Misbehavin' closed out the decade-long list of performances for the 53rd Macy's Parade in 1979. Thanksgiving memories from long ago consist of gathering together around the table and around the TV for the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Thanks for watching Memory Mountain. If you enjoyed this video, please click to subscribe to our channel and hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to tap the notification bell so you'll be one of the first to know when we post our next story, looking back over the landscape of Americana.